scratched, and so like I was outside of a car coming on nighttime, didn't have any stuff, and yeah, bit of a big panic situation there, kind of thing, and then on top of that, I tried to hotwire another car. I took a moment to try to hotwire a car, and I got lacerated by another zombie that happened to like sneak up on me. And so I'm like, well, shit, I've basically got to like drop everything and beeline for home, because if I die out here, I die out here with all my skills and all my stuff. And my good car, I took my big white car with me. This car that I've got out here, this mobile library, has the biggest fucking boot I've ever seen on any car. Out of all the vans I've ever had, it's got the biggest boot. So I'm like, I want to get that home. I don't want to lose that, you know? So, yeah, we drove straight back home, and I hotwired as many cars as I could on the way to make sure that in the event that the next girl that spawns in does not have the capacity to do hot wiring, I should still be able to drive like a whole bunch of cars in town, even though I have like a lot of the keys, right? I don't want to be carrying that shit around. So, and there's a chance that, you know, I don't have the right key on me for the right car, well, like, you know, I can't do anything with it anyway. So, yeah, mostly just trying to like prepare everything for the potential next person, you know, but also trying to kind of like prepare this place for being weathered into winter, I guess, would be the best place, like, way to say it, you know. If you didn't end up staying in that place, you could always build a roof farm. After all, you got ceramic collectors. I am not up to doing any like farming or anything like that just yet. There's the pillows. I've been looking for the rest of the pillows, sorry. So I am not doing any farming or animal husbandry or blacksmithing or any of that sort of stuff yet. My initial goal was to try to get a girl to survive for over a month. I've got two to that amount so far. This one might be getting close. She survived 23 days so far. So she's getting there, right? But because of how I'm playing with it randomized and stuff like that, and like I don't encounter zombies too frequently, but when I do, I kind of freak out. And as a result of that, like I'll spin around by accident and then I'll get bitten. So I'm trying to get better at that, so that when I am actually like, when I've got a person and she's alive for more than a month, like if we get past winter, I would really like the chance to try to maybe then dabble in farming. Although I do have like plenty of like grass and stuff near me. There's a huge like grassy thingy out the front, you know, so, and there's also that little plot there as well. So I did bring home a bunch of like, there's seeds and there's fertilizer and there's all kinds of stuff there, because I do intend to, you know, try that eventually. But I also like want the game to actually get to the point where I actually, you know, do see winter again for the second time, because, you know, the game, I know it's unstable, but the game is updated a few times, and because of that, I keep kind of like having to start again, and I'm not getting up to winter because I only play for 4 hours a week, and I don't get every single week to play, because like, as I said, like we just had like a whole bunch of events and stuff, so I haven't played for like 3 weeks or about that. Whereas I also have like a lot of time off at the moment. I'm rigging my live 2D avatar, and yeah, I'm still learning to do that as I'm doing it. So it's taken me a long time, and because of that, I have been taking off like, you know, a couple of days a week, and some of those days do overlap with like when I play Zomboid as well, which of course pushes back like my next chance to play again. So like, I haven't got a shit ton of experience in Zomboid, but this is why I'm trying to get out here and explore. I kind of figure if I could just find where places are, like I said, like I don't want any like location hints or anything, because like it's one of those things. I've got like a really good memory, so once I know where everything is, I'll generally try to beeline for it. But if I know at least where towns are, conversationally speaking, it won't be such a spoiler if somebody's like, oh, you know, if you're looking for this, you go like to this place. I'm like, I don't even know that place existed, thanks. You know. So yeah, I kind of want to take that away, so that, you know, a conversationally more open for Zomboid, you know? Because I am enjoying it. I actually didn't like Zomboid or didn't want to play it and stuff before it, got Zomboid. So I've come a long way with it. I don't hate it. And, as long as it doesn't reset too frequently, I have been enjoying it. This is why, when I started tonight, I was like a little bit bummed out because I'm like, there is a chance that she could be infected because, like I said, I got attacked by like the zombies and stuff. And the big problem I have is when my girl gets like scratched or lacerated, you know how there's like a chance, a very small percentage chance that they will actually get, infected. And my rate of infection for that really slim percentage is really, really high and it really frequent. So I'll get the tiniest little scratch and she'll die, So yeah, I kind of came into tonight with like the perspective of if she doesn't die, that would be great because then obviously she's got all these skills and stuff. But if she is dying, worst case scenario is I have a whole bunch of things that I super need to do. And I'm like, she's got the skills. So realistically, before I go back out exploring again, I should probably make the things and do the things, so that I don't screw myself over like I almost did when we almost got eaten outside of the police car. So, like, I do want to go back over there. If she's all good, if I can get a lot of this shit, like, tidied away, and I think there's a few cars in town. Like, I haven't hotwired everything, but I have, like, at least 7 cars in that other town. And I think there's a car park over here that I want to have a quick look in. If I could just smash a few windows and hotwire a bunch of cars nearby. I've got like a half a dozen cars parked outside, but I'm fucking preparing. So if I could just like sort that out just a little tiny bit more, then yeah, I'd be good to go exploring again later tonight. So, which I'd be keen to do because like I thought that the place looked really interesting. I was kind of weaponizing cars. I had one of the girls that I got a while ago, a few lives ago, was weak. I've had puny before, but I got weak, and I thought weak would be worse than puny. I don't know if it is, or whichever one's worse. But I got weak, and she couldn't fight off zombies, and she had like no fucking stamina or carry capacity or anything. So I actually had to like learn how to like weaponize the cars, but the cars in the ragdoll system have changed. And so there's a chance that, like, you can pop a tire, you can flip the car, you can do all sorts of really fucking deadly shit that can get you like really well fucked up if you're in the center of a pack of zombies that you're trying to, flywheel them with. And yeah, so I've had a couple of very close calls with that. And I'm like, it won't stop me from doing it because like I've gotten to a point where I'm not using my bats as much, and like they're still surviving. Like this is still my first bat. It's still in condition. I had to whack a couple of zombies when she did get trapped by the police car, but I did find a metal bat, which was very exciting. I've never found one before, and I suspected that they existed, but yeah, I've gotten to a point where we mostly do zombie stomping. And I do a bit of car killing as well, because that is very efficient if I need to take out a lot or draw them out of a building or something. And yeah, the only problem I found is that, I don't know about you guys, but I noticed that like the ratio of my shoes getting destroyed is really, really high now, which is unideal. But, hopefully they maybe rework that a tiny bit so that I'm less likely to, stomp it. Which is ironic because, I was one of the people that was sitting here like, when you stomp a zombie, you should realistically like have a chance to like put a hole in your shoe because you're literally, shattering bones and the bones could like pierce your shoes and stuff. And I don't think they were listening to me specifically, but they added it. And I'm like, I should have shut the fuck up because now all my shoes just keep getting fucking wrecked. And I have like, you can't repair them. As far as I know, you can't repair them. So I have like a whole bunch of shoes that I need to go through as well. Even though I've got a lot of clothes in here, I'm just trying to get shit off the ground at the minute. And I want to go through and find out what has holes in it, what doesn't. I'm going to probably use a couple of bins in town to just like put things into that I know where they are, but they're not in my storage, So, but yeah, the main thing is I'm trying to get as much of this shit off the ground as I can. And I think I've got to make a couple more crates along this wall. So I'll just grab a bit more nails and a bit more wood. I kind of wish I had like more capacity for this, but I can only make what I can make. You guys said something about I could make, what was it? I could make more capacity in the boxes or something like that if my carpentry is higher, I think it was. And I don't know where to look for that information. Like she's working her way up to a level 4, and I just don't know at what level I would get like equivalent to like a normal box, you know. I don't even know if you can get like the equivalent of a normal box, but as far as survival goes, she's doing pretty good. We got food, we got drink. I kind of don't want to double stack these, but I might. What are we missing? Is it wood? Yeah, it's wood. Yeah, she's doing good, you know, essentially. It's almost eaten up near a police car. You tried to visit police station yet? Since it's also an experience. I haven't on this map, but I did on one of my first games, and that was one of the ways that I died really early on. Was I went into a police station and there was a zombie behind a locked door that I ended up opening somehow, or it broke it, I don't know which, and it bit me and I got infected that way. That was one of my deaths. But I haven't been to it in this save yet, so I'll just sit her ass on the ground for just a second while I'm looking at the map. No, don't you sleep on the ground. I just want you to sit on the ground so your lung capacity can be out of. So anyway, she doesn't have a police station. No, we do have a police station in town. Where am I? Hold on. This place keeps respawning zombies, by the way. I've been up there like several times and the exact same patch of zombies keeps respawning, like identical group. And there's nothing there for me. So there is a police station there, but it's one of those little ones in West Point. I think it was... It's either West Point or it must have been Mulder. I don't have the map for Mulder at the moment. But... Oh, actually, I wonder if I can hit it here. I was wondering if this would have pause on map. But it doesn't. Damn. Alright, well, I'll find it eventually. This place... This was like a... what do you call it? Like a community center? Like a community like exercise place. That looked interesting. There was like a bunch of like military cots and shit at the back. I did want to look in there. I killed a lot of zombies there. And then I hotwired all the cars because I got nibbled on over here. I don't know if there's a police station in here. I think that's a school. One of these might be, I think that might be a police station, which would probably be close to where I got nibbled. I think I was down here somewhere. I was really close to like the buildings kind of thing. There is a retirement home, which was interesting, and there was like a yacht place that was sort of interesting, and I don't know, I think that is a gas station. One of these is a gas station, and I did find the main road, which I've been on that before. That's how I've found the place before, and I would like to get up there and backtrack it a little bit to see if I can find the area of this area that I was familiar with. But I want to check out this place. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I can get into it, but I'm very curious about it. So I put a question mark because I don't know what the fuck it is. We'll find out. We'll go back there eventually. And I think all of these are survivor houses, except for this one. I just don't have an eraser on me at the minute, so I'll remove that later. And I haven't technically cleared this place, but I did like loot all the cars. So yeah. I'll take me back over here. That's a classic death. The first death was also at the police station, went inside and then Copper flew over. Oh yeah. I haven't got like, I'm guessing like when you said like flew over, I'm guessing you mean like a sprinter or something. I haven't got that. This one's rising. I've been playing on builder to get used to the game so far. And yeah, I wouldn't want to like deal with that with like some like zombie running at me. I think I'd just like I squeak when I'm spooked, right? Like I sound like a mouse being stepped on or something. I would probably actually like screech for that. It would probably scare the ever-loving shit out of me. So I don't really want to deal with that. I also don't want this to be like double high, but it will be as much as it can be for the moment. I need a bit more wood to be able to put it up. I think I need like one more plank, which I thought there was one over here, but maybe not. But yeah, no, I've died of thirst. I had a high thirst girl, we're doing great, except that she woke up during the night and I was busy gas bagging and I didn't really like pick up why she woke up because I didn't know that there was reasons why they woke up and stuff. She died of thirst because I was like, oh, I'll just put her back to sleep and we'll have a drink in the morning, and she died like immediately after. I've died to eating wild mushrooms. I've died by walking up to I was in a house and I watched like a zombie walk in. I was on the second floor, I was enclosed in a room, and I was super over encumbered, and I'm like, I don't want to go downstairs and find out that there's like a shit ton of zombies. So I decided to crawl out the window onto like the veranda and stuff, and the concept was I was going to jump down, but I had, like I said, I had weak as like my skills or whatever traits, and because of that she ended up just going like splat. She just crumpled. I don't think I've had any car related deaths. I've obviously had like a few where I've turned around and the zombies bit me and stuff. I'm trying to remember if there are other ones. I'm sure I've got a couple. There's been a couple I've done like really dumb shit. So I know she's had like the flu a couple of times, not this girl, but like I've had a couple of girls where they've had like the flu. And obviously like they cough and sneeze, and winter was like, the first couple of winters I had was like really hard because like when you die and you start in a survivor house, like you don't generally start with like a jump or anything like that. And I've got like a preset like character outfit sort of thing, right? So like my character should generally, like not this specific outfit, my character should always look like some white woman with like silver hair and shit, right? So yeah, at the moment I think she's got like short-sighted or nearsighted or something, which has been really interesting. I like that one. I like the high thirst trait. I do not like deaf. I do like hard of hearing, except that it schooled me in that I didn't know that the cars had to be turned off when you got out of them. So the cars idled and we lost 7 cars worth of fuel twice over. So that really sucked. She also has more logs on her, which I do want to chop up. I'll see if, there is a saw over here, which I can finally see on the ground. If we can grab that, and I can just grab you a VHS tape or something like that. I'll sit near the TV, then we'll get you some food in a bit. Because I don't know how much more she can carry. Maybe. I had to yawn. Let's see, she's tired. She will need to go to sleep sooner, actually, tonight. She is hungry, high exertion, she's extremely overloaded. I'll just grab a tape, whatever, and we'll chuck that on while she eats. And if I've still got time after she eats, then I'll chop up some wood or something. So you hit that up. And let's see. I will grab this and the yogurts, and we'll sit down in front of this if you want to sit, and you can have some food. But adult responsibility is calling again. Either way, thanks for streaming. Love the Zomboid session. No worries. Thanks for being here. I will usually be streaming Zomboid at this time and this day of the week. Not next week, though. Like special events and crap next week, unfortunately. So I don't think there's any Zomboid next week. But yeah. So far, like I haven't tried to push into like a lot of places. The school's kind of where I tend to be like, oh god, I'm going to go get some books kind of thing. That one has got me a couple of times where like a lot of my games, as I said, a lot of my games have not had electricity. And so the first few times I've gone into like schools and stuff, it's like pitch black in there and I can't see. And the zombies just keep pouring out of places and stuff. Those ones like will get me occasionally. Like we've got the grocery store I've mostly looted in town, which is nice. But I'm not really familiar with where stuff is here. Like I haven't found any storage crates. I thought maybe the grocery store would have some, but they had shelves. I'm like, well, that's not going to fucking help me. Like, yes, I could take some shelves, obviously. I'm going to go put it to bed early because I know she'll wake up at 5 a.m. Like me, she's woken up early like most days this week. So let's get you. You're not close enough to it. There you go. You have yourself a sleep. That way you get most of the night. She might wake up from being tense anyway, but I'm hoping that this should outweigh her being tired. She might still wake up at like 4 a.m. or something like that. I've been doing that all week myself because obviously like I've had like Wednesday, Thursday I didn't stream and I was asleep at night for a change and I kept waking up like early, but I was also like awake from, I was doing that thing where like I was awake for like 2 days and then I was asleep for like a couple of hours and awake again. So I definitely feel how my character feels. All right. I also put a shit ton of pillows on this because apparently it gives you much better rest and stuff. I don't know how many pillows she's got on there, but we've hoarded quite an amount. And she is super exhausted. So I think we've cut up all the wood we can get. And I super don't want this to be like all top. So I'm wondering if I can move some of these. Hold on. Can I move the top one? Maybe? It should just pick up, yeah, the top one. The reason why I wanted to move them is I'm not loving how like tall, what the shit? Why is there a circle? That's new. I'm just perplexed. I haven't seen like the circle come up under something before. So I normally see like the square and you pick it up and you put it down, it's still a square kind of thing. So that's kind of interesting. I was wondering if I could just, yeah, it does it even from there. Okay. That's kind of cool. I wonder why they chose to change that. I also like that it picks up the shit that's underneath it and puts it on top of it. That's just a small thing, but it's nice, you know? I'm sure that the like existing shelves are probably a bigger capacity of this. I don't want this many shelves, but I do really want like the visibility and I want to put shit somewhere. So I'm like, I would rather just take a moment and have like a straight ass row of stuff up until about this point. I'm thinking maybe those are keys on the ground over here. Hold on. There is a plank. I want that plank. So what is here? Screws. Okay, give me that. Give me these because they're not supposed to be there. I'll see if I can pick up the extra wood and crap. I'm trying to at least to some degree move some stuff around so that things are kind of more where I want them to be, easier to find kind of thing. And must be near a little thing. I found more pillows. Hang on a second. Let me go put those on the bed. I also have sheets and stuff that I can put more on like the windows and stuff, but I've already got sheets up. I sort of half want to barricade the door from the inside in here just because I don't know about you guys, but I find that like the zombies break through the doors really, really easily, like kind of almost excessively easily. And I'm concerned that like if I ever attract a zombie to this back door, it's just going to like crack it open super fast. I also wonder if I could store paper in this filing cabinet. I mean, it's only got a little bit of paper in it. It's only got a capacity of 15. I got a lot of paper on the ground. If I could find the maps and stuff. I'm not going to be able to pick up much. I've got places for clothing. I have stuff for electronics and stuff. I could pick up some of that shit. I don't have space. I'm carrying too much wood. Okay. So I'll try to chuck, I guess I know I've got the box wood, but I don't sort of want it there. If I could just chuck a pile of miscellaneous woods on the floor up here, I'll have a drink while that's happening. All right. So I've got miscellaneous pile of wood. I've got extra nails and stuff. I haven't actually read that map. Hold on a second. I was going to say, I'm like, I haven't got rosewood on my map. Give me the wood and give me that. Swap those over. I'll keep this on me for the moment because I'm finding stuff around the place I can use that on, so I'm not too worried about that. Let me have a look at this. Like, I wouldn't probably be able to 100% say I know where things are. Map key? No, not that. I was going to say, where's the thing that allows me to... I know it's only behind my butt, but it normally shows me where... You know how you can click on something and it says show me on the map? and instead of like going all the way into my map to do the thing. Yeah, okay, so it wasn't far off there. What I wanted to do, I just wanted to briefly have a look at my settings to see if it would stand out. I don't like that it's pausing on map, and I don't know if that's something that's like mandatory or changeable. But I think it'd be like UI interface stuff, display performance, shouldn't be that. Accessibility, wouldn't imagine it's that. Maybe, I'll have a quick look, because I don't generally change whatever the default shit is. I know it'll probably be like a toggleable thing, kind of thing. I don't see it on none of that. I didn't actually get a chance to like read this. Pause on load on focus loss. No. I think that's when I like click off the thing, which I do occasionally. Although I would imagine that what's the game when the video is minimized? Yeah, I would imagine that the option to not pause on map would be right next to it. One of the few things that I initially didn't like, but did grow to like, was the fact that Zomboid did actually force you to keep playing, like it wasn't paused when you were on like, you know, your UI and stuff, because I like that, because it was like, okay, well, like in reality, you're looking at a map, you still like got threats around you and stuff. It doesn't automatically like, you know, solve the fact that if you have a zombie right next to you, right? So it's a bit of a shame. I thought if it was just something quick and easy and obvious, I was just going to like find it and do it. But if it's going to be something more in depth, or if it's something to do with the rising settings, that would be something too. I hope it's not. Mind you, it's probably for like everybody, but I just find it a little bit weird, because I kind of almost didn't mind the fact that Zomboid has this kind of, I wouldn't call it like fast-pacedness about it, but it sort of makes it feel like, you know, you got to be careful when you check your map. So the thing, instead of like, you know, for however long you want to be in that map to look at it kind of thing, you do have to make sure that you are actually safe kind of thing. So yeah, it's a small shame. I saw that there was wood over here and nails and stuff, and I was just going to try to move them if I can carry them all. See what I could pick up out of this. She is very stressed out and she is unpleasantly hot. Please don't tell me that this is a delayed sickness. Okay, she's less hot. I don't know if it's because we're near the door. I was trying to put like the stack of wood in like the corner and shit at the moment. So just chuck all that there. Eventually it'll be like there's too much in this corner and it won't want to let me like pick up anything else. I saw like I had a shit ton of little cars and stuff here, but I don't want to pick them up yet. I was wondering if, for the most part, if I've stored everything into like more or less what it is. I gotta stop putting shit in my actual backpack while I'm doing this. There is time, there is tarps. I was gonna say I'm like messing up the words together. Okay, let's have a look. What's in this stack down here? Because I see that there's like a gym mat thing, and I think that gives you comfort, but I don't know if it works. Like if it's going to put it underneath my bed or not. Also, I would love the capacity, like Little Miss Fortune, to just throw glitter around in the game. I don't know how that would work, but like I would really love the capacity for it. No. Wait, hold on a second. What was that? Hold on. What did you just do? E, wait, is E automatically sit down? Hold on a second. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. How have I not known this? Is this how people get on the fucking floor faster? Why are you not sitting down now? What happened? What did it do? I don't know what I did, but apparently facing this direction, she's cool to sit down. Weird. Okay. I had no idea that that was a button that did a thing. Okay, install this. I wanted to rotate this. So, I hit R before. Hey, Strong Hearts. Welcome in. I want to see if I could install that, but I also want to rotate it. And I don't know, this thing has such a fucking issue with letting me rotate something. I'm guessing it's saying that that is the main circle, so it should rotate from that. We'll see. What are you up to? come in. Okay, it is sideways. Let's see if you'll let me rotate, because half the time it does not let me rotate it. I don't want to rotate that. Can I not get to it now? Hold on. Can rotate. No, I don't want to rotate that. Can I not pick, oh, can I not pick it up? Grab, I don't want to pick up the pillow. I might not be able to pick this fucker back up. It might give me a small percentage. I could rotate my bedroll, but I like the direction that it's on. Gym mat, yes. Can I pick that shit back up? Hang on a second. I just want to fucking rotate it, hey? Not that. I want, try this. Not that. Not that. Oh my god. I could see it before and it won't let me do it. I don't want that. Okay, I may have to pick up my friggin' bedroll and all my massive amount of pillows to be able to rotate the gym mat. Let's see how we go with this. Okay, we've got my bedroll and she's freaking out about it. Now will you let me rotate this? Yes? No? It can't see it. All right, hold on. Oh, I have 16 pillows. Well, there we go. There's my answer. I knew I had a lot of pillows. I just didn't know how many. Okay, now I can see the ground. Are you going to let me rotate it now? No. What is wrong with this gym mat?